Okay, continuing our lesson on variable expressions, getting a little bit more challenging today, but still in that section in IXL, the T section. So we're getting more into T.4, T.5. This is called evaluating variable expressions, and here we're really going to be doing some math. Evaluate each expression using the values given. So we're given a problem. Here it's n squared minus m. And then it tells us what numbers to plug in for each variable. M equals 7 and n equals 8. So first step is to rewrite this using the numbers given. So I look, as I'm writing n squared, I see that n equals 8. And instead of the n here, I go ahead and write the 8 in because n equals 8. And then as I rewrite the m, instead of writing m, I go ahead and write the 7 in. Okay, so I've plugged in the numerical values for each of these variables, and now I do the math. Have to pay attention to order of operations. The first thing I want to do is this exponent, 8 squared. 8 times 8 is 64. 64 minus 7 leaves us with 57. And this is our answer. We've evaluated this expression using m equals 7 and n equals 8. Number 3. Variable y times x divided by 2 is the problem. X equals 7 here and y equals 2. So the first thing I'll do is plug in my numbers. Alright, y equals 2, x equals 7, divided by 2. Okay, so now that I've plugged in my numbers, I just follow the order of operations. Reading here from left to right, 2 times 7 leaves me with 14. And then I divide by 2, which leaves me with the answer 7. Number 5. Okay, moving down to number 5 here. We have x minus y plus 6. They want us to plug in 6 where x is and 1 where y is. So the first thing I'll do is rewrite this problem. I'm not going to try to do it in my head. I'm going to rewrite it so I can make sure I'm following the order of operations correctly. X is 6, y is 1, and the problem ends with 6. So again, I'm going to start over at the left and follow the order of operations. 6 minus 1 is 5, plus 6 leaves me with the answer 11. Okay? Number 7, just going right down the worksheet here. We have y plus y times x. These two variables here, that means multiplication. So x equals 15, I'll plug that in here, and y equals 8. I have 2 different places where I'm plugging that in to evaluate this. Okay, so first I'll rewrite it. I have an 8 where the first y is, another 8 where the second y is, and then a 15 where the x is. So again, now that I've plugged in the numbers, I have to consider the order of operations. Multiplication comes before addition. So first I have to think, okay, I have to simplify this. 8 times 15. That's going to be 120. And now I can do this addition. 8 plus 120 will leave me with 128. And that's my final answer. So, if you're not following the order of operations, then you would have added these together before multiplying. You get a very different number. So make sure you're considering what operation you do first. Okay, number 9. X plus 8 minus y. We're going to have x for 20, and for y we're going to have 17. First I'll rewrite it. Okay, When it comes to addition and subtraction, I just start at the left and go right. So first I'll do 20 plus 8, leaves me with 28. And then I will subtract 17 and be left with 11. Number 10, this looks like a long one here. Number 11. Okay, 10 minus x plus y divided by 2. Okay, x equals 5 and y equals 2. Before I even begin to do any of this, I'm going to rewrite it. 10 stays the same, minus, I'll plug in 5 for x and 2 for y, and divide that by 2. Now this is a pretty tricky one when it comes to order of operations. The first thing we want to do here is the division. Okay, it's very tempting to add all of this up or subtract and add first, but the first thing we want to do here is just 2 divided by 2, which we know is 1. After we've simplified that, then we just have subtraction and addition left. We work from left to right. 10 minus 5 first, leaves me with 5, plus 1, which is 6. Okay, so if you want to practice this further, you can continue working in this worksheet. The answers are provided, and go on to my Math IXL, and this is section T.4 and T.5.